Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Betrayal at Krondor. Alright, I sold some things off in Romney. Not everything. Those Moradel wordlock chests are pretty full, although my inventory is mostly empty. I did pick up a copy of Dorcas's Treatise, and that increased Owyn's accuracy casting. Not sure how many points it increases it, but it got up to 100% now, so we're good. I'm going to keep it because I do believe that there are other wizards that we will have in our party at various points in the game. Go ahead and redistribute some of those. So, yeah, we're pretty good now. Let's keep looking around this area. Also, I looked up the Glory Hand. That's needed to cast the Nightfinger spell, which takes all the items that an enemy is not using, puts it into your inventory. So in other words, I don't think it would take their armor, it wouldn't take their weapon, whichever weapon they're equipped with. That could be pretty useful on anyone who pops up using a crossbow, because then you just move up next to them and they can't use their crossbow anymore, and I'm not even sure if they can attack. Then again, it might not take this sword also because it might technically be in use. Bolts might not be, though. I don't know. But it's, you cast a spell, you have one in your inventory, and it's used up. So, I don't know how good it really is. The Infinity Pool also is, it's not quite the same thing, but you use it, and it'll increase the damage from your next spell by 50%. Pretty useful, but you have to use it first. And then the Wyvern Egg is needed for another spell that we don't have yet. But I did get all the other spells. I might not cast many of them. We'll see. It's entirely possible that I will not be casting many of them. But there are still some things to look at around here. Let me actually do something real fast. Forgot to change my cycles back. I bump up the cycles quite a bit to make moving around a lot faster, but it goes by really fast. It's not the way that I like it. Alright, so let's see. I think there's something over here somewhere. Looks like a couple holes. One ration and one lockpick. I will probably go leave those in my Moradel wordlock chest at some point. 2 spoiled rations and a shell. I will take the shell. 86 value shell. There aren't any other holes around here? No, it doesn't look like it. Yep, there's something down there. It looks like a building. Something caught James's eye. Bending down to get a closer look, he saw it was a set of fresh footprints that appeared to be heading east. I'm going in the wrong direction. Okay, footprints heading east. James never had a chance to knock. Without warning, a Moradel warrior charged at them from the other side of the small house, prepared to kill or be killed. "Look out!" screamed James, readying himself for combat. "Ambush!" Holy cow! Well, that is quite a few of you. I will stick with defense. So we get more points out of that if he gets hit. Get stabbed. Bane of the Black Slayers. Use on Black Slayers. It does do damage. Let's help out James there a bit. Although maybe I should go for defensive spells now that I don't need to get my accuracy casting up. You know what? That is probably a really good idea. Let's see. Summon sprites to attack the enemy. That actually sounds fun. No spellcasters here, at least. Causes blade to do extra fire damage. That is pretty nice, actually. Nice miss. Hello. There we go. Oh, goody, you're poisoned. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Down you go. Let's go ahead and bop you. Ow. Alright. Maybe less bopping on his point, on his part. Down you go. Good, missed. Coming for you. Go and defend. Ow. Stop that. And down he goes. Excellent. Owyn was on fire. His insides burned like hot coals in a farrier's pot. This in sharp contrast to the numbness he felt in his mouth and lips. The poison that had spread through his system was slowly sapping his strength, draining him of everything but his will to survive. Well, that's okay. I have some of these. Breaking open the bulb of anti-venom, Owyn greedily drank down the contents, immediately feeling a rush of warmth spreading through his limbs as it neutralized the silver-thorn poison coursing through his veins. No one else is poisoned. Nope. Go ahead and use the last of that herbal pack. Alright, let's see what you got. 8 rations. Okay, I can't access both of those bodies right now. Luton's concentrate, don't really care about. A note, that should be interesting. Spoiled rations. We have reason to believe that Gorath of the Ardanian will soon be in your region. Should you encounter him, attempt to take him alive. If you are overmatched, then slay him before he discovers our connections to the Nighthawks. We wish have him breathing so that we may make a present of him to Delican and the Six. Otherwise, you are to proceed in the usual fashion by retrieving the Knight's Peace from the well. It is crucial we have the information the Nighthawks have gathered on troop strengths at the kingdom garrisons. Okay, that is actually quite interesting. Got a key. 4 regular rations. And some various equipment that I will want to sell. Wonder if there's a... Yeah, there are some Mordell wordlock chests around here. I'll leave their bodies as is for now. Let me see if I can get to you now. Well, James pulled back the door of the barn to take a look inside. It would appear normal, but still, it bears investigation. Truecite tea, a bunch of light bowstrings, and some poisoned arrows. Alright, definitely things that I will want to collect as well. Yeah, there are the Mordell wordlock chests. Let's see what you got for me. Slat. Brought to the table, cut and served, and never eaten. Plate? Nope. Not knife. Salad? Salad works. I mean, the letters are there, but it's not the correct one. Cars. All right, I don't know. Let's take a look. Oh, you know what? I was pretty close. Cards. Cut a deck. Oh, wow. Gray Tower Plate. Clerical Oilcloth. Does this stack up with the others? It does not. Alright, in that case, go ahead and apply that. And go ahead and apply that. Very high quality shell. Right, no, that's the one that I already looked at. Widows and orphans, parents and kin. This is disturbed most by riots and wars. That's peace. Get you up to 100. I think I might have forgotten to sell that. Ended up with a lot of rations there. Let's go ahead and leave this book behind. I'll put it somewhere eventually. Get you back up to 99. We'll see what else we got in the area. I haven't encountered any spiders. I was kind of expecting to fight a bunch of spiders. Kind of surprised. And I'll do. I'll gather up the stuff from the Moored Hell later. In between episodes. Alright, so let's see. We have something over there. Is this going to show up on here? Yep. That spyglass is pretty handy. Of course, I have a map, so it doesn't matter that much for me. Got a stump. Alright. A Gildas Thorn key. Alright, that's not bad. I don't know how secure the stumps are, but that might be something that I want to put some things into. Same thing with the holes. I mean, they're off the beaten path. So I'm actually going to take this just so that I don't get distracted by it. When you drop something on a path, on a road, it is highly likely to disappear very quickly. Yep. Alright, let's get back onto defense and melee. I mean, scouting and stealth, whatever. Same difference. Oh yeah, you're in bad shape. What time is it right now? It's getting pretty late. We could go to the tavern that's up here. I think we will. Let's actually stay another night. There we go. That was worth it just to get close to fully healed. Alright, let's keep traveling along the road. But let's go off the road now, because we've got some more treasure chests up here. More Moored Hell chests. Good. This is more places that I can store some stuff. It goes past gates, but asks no one's leave. It runs clear around castles without taking a step. Moat? That's my, gut. No. Path? No. Huh. Goes past gates, but leaves no one. But asks no one's leaves. It runs clear around castles. See, that's what made me think moat without taking a step. Halt. Yalt. That's not salt. Yeah, wall. There we go. I don't know that walls go past gates, though. It's kind of weird. Got some more stuff that we can poison food with. Don't actually want to leave that here. Yeah, I'll just go get other stuff later. Do you want to be close enough? Thank you. Oh, wow. 240 coins. It wasn't a Mordel chest. To the High Priest of Kahuli, I request that Navon du Sandow be driven mad for his attacks on my person and my family. So my petition ends. Count Geoffrey Corvallis. Interesting. There is a wordlock chest that I can store some stuff in, so that is pretty nice. We have a town over here. Cavall Keep. Weeds and scrub brush lined the road. This road leads to the town of Cavall Keep, James said. Do you think we should go in and have a look around? Yes, yes we should. Alright, enter, shop, and inn. Tucked away in the Midkemian countryside like a hidden treasure, Cavall Keep was a rustic ray of sunshine in the stony enclosure of the Kentine Hills. Enclosed on all sides by a low stone wall, the sheep-herding community was unpresumptuous in most respects, its only true bow to vanity being the small fountain, which had been constructed in the village square. James leaned over the well. Below, he couldn't see anything, but heard a gentle bumping below as a bucket rode on the crest of the deep water. Well, let's take all the money from the wishing well. We are really unscrupulous. Don't mind if I do. Alright, shop. Sign of the sword. Everywhere James looked, polished metal gleamed. As much a temple to war as any temple of Tith, the cramped shop offered a startling variety of weapons and armor. Alright, so we could get rapiers here. Medium crossbow, clerical oil, cloth, and whetstones. Alright, well, this is a good place to sell some junk. Can I sell these? It's fine. Actually, I don't think he bought them for very much. Probably should have sold them somewhere else. Eh, whatever. Eh, you won't buy that. I didn't think so. Worth a shot, though. Running low on the adventuring, though. Don't like that. Duck's Head Inn. Except for the drunken Reeves, who glanced up at them, the common room of the tavern was quiet. Only the restless shuffle of feet on the boards over their heads seemed to indicate anyone else was even conscious. Let's do a little bit of barding. 143 sovereigns. Thank you very much. Alright, so we can talk to you. We got arrows at you people. We can talk to you. Let's start with you. The table is cleaned for them. Blah, 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 blah. That's pretty standard. Glancing up from the business of cleaning his fingernails. That's a very nice knife. Alright, so that's that guy again. Irritation flickered in the man's eyes. If you please, I would care to be left alone for a bit, the man begged off. I have a few things to think about. Owen's stomach grumbled. Waiting until another patron had finished placing his order for a roast hen and tankard of ale, the Signor beckoned the tavern keeper away from his other duties, hoping for a bit of information and perhaps a bit to eat. Peter the Grey. You any relation to Norris the Grey?
Evening, gents. Just let me know if you need anything.
The three of us are fine, but you sound as if you've had better days. Is something bothering you, friend?
I don't suppose you'd be interested in becoming a Scully, would you, lad?
I can't honestly say it's on my list of ambitions at the moment, no. Having problems with the help?
I wouldn't call it problems so much as disappointments. I don't know what to say to the lad. He's a good enough boy, kind, honest, hard-working, but all in all, he doesn't have the faintest idea which end of the pan's to handle. I've tried for weeks to teach him how to cook so the wife and I could take some time off, but when it comes to cooking, he's as dense as the thunderhell. I don't know what else to do. But enough about me. What can Peter do for you?
Well, let's ask about Nighthawks. Have you ever seen any Nighthawks in the area?
A shop for Fend, the Guild of Death. I wouldn't let them into my establishment. When one of my patrons comes into the inn, he comes in breathing, and I like them leave in the same condition, alive. Please tell me you aren't looking to hire one.
Hire one? I might be. There's someone I've been having problems with.
Not another word of it, not another word of it. Whatever grievance you have with this man, I don't want to know. If you're looking for a contact, you'll not find one here. If you're looking for a criminal, try up the pub in Prankstone.
So barkeep, what sort of fare do you offer in the Duck's Head?
Only the best in all the kingdom. What can Peter interest you in today? A bit of roast chicken with a hunk of cheese? Spitted roast with steamed potato eyes? Or what ho? The house special, a duck baked in a lemons and stuffed with rose peel crumbs. How does that strike you?
I don't suppose any of those come in servings for the road.
Oh my goodness, no. We can prepare rations for you at the very reasonable cost of 14 gold per pack. 14 gold per pack? Shall I have them made? No.
As good as that sounds at the moment, I think I'm going to have to pass. Just realized I have a few other expenses to attend to first.
I'll let you off the hook, but just as soon as you remember the Duck's Head after for a drink and something to eat.
Do you have a spare room where we could lay down? I could use a nap.
Need a bit of a rest, do you? I wish there was something to do for you. Well, the only room open in the Duck's Head is the scullery.
Well, we wouldn't mind sharing with someone.
Truly, I would like to help you, but the rooms I do have to let are full up, and I don't think my Scully would want to share. The room is only just large enough for him to squeeze into, and it's a tight fit as it is. With 3 of you in there, we'd have to stack you like bricks of wood. I'm sorry.
Okay, goodbye. Yeah, if you'll excuse us, we have a few other things we need to be about, and not much time to do them in.
Ah, well, I suppose I'll live without the company. Good day to you.
And to you as well. And what about you? Okay, Gambler shook his head. Okay. Let's go ahead and enter this smaller house first. The door was ajar. They entered the building and were greeted by a man behind a small counter. "Can I help you?" he inquired. "Perhaps you would like to open an account with us." "I suppose that would depend on what you could do for us," James said with a smile. They spoke to the man about his money-lending business and the services he could provide. Thanking him for the information and promising to return, they left. Interesting. James roused the occupants. The door cracked open with a small squeak, just enough to allow a pale-eyed girl in a dust-caked skirt to peek out at them. She studied them with a doubtful look, hesitant to let the strangers in. "Yes, what is it?" Stepping around the Signor, Owyn peered at the girl with a puzzled expression, then brightened. "Miri? It's okay. They may look a little rough, but they're with me." Without a word, the servant girl stepped out of the way, allowing the 3 of them to follow her into the foyer of the manor. Excusing herself, she scurried off to fetch her master, who was located in the rear apartments. Following what sounded like a distant argument, a dark-haired man swept into the room, a look of annoyance set in his features. Shooting a glance of mild hostility first at Owyn, and then the Moradel, he turned to the Signor.
"Kindly tell me, sir, what it is I have done to make myself so attractive to the minuscule of the world. From the moment I first stepped from my bedchamber this morning, I have had servants swarming about me like nits and bothersome relations at my ankles. Will you kindly leave me in peace?"
"We have very grave business to attend to, and I must speak to you."
Whatever you must do, I am quite certain does not involve me. I don't care what the nature of your business is about, senor. I have other concerns.
Is that so? Have you concerns above and beyond the Prince of Krondor? If so, I shall make most eager account of them before him when I return. Go on and spell them out so I may take them down. I'm sure Rutha will be fascinated.
The prince, you say? Please understand that there are things going on that I am not entirely at liberty to discuss. Suffice to say that I have had something of a disagreement with the priests of the Temple of Kahuli in Kentine Rush over a private matter. So if you may excuse my outburst, I would be happy to be of service to the prince. What precisely can I do for you?
The keep? Not that I dislike your new house here, but what happened to the keep?
The townhouse is temporary lodging, nephew. We have no intention of staying in Cavall like common folk. As for the keep, one night 3 years ago, an inept chambermaid left a lamp unattended by the tapestries which hung on the west wall. You remember them, don't you, Owyn? Centuries old, woven by the finest weavers in all the kingdom. In seconds, they went up in flames, and they took the rest of the keep with it.
I remember having heard something about a fire, but I hadn't known the keep had burned to the ground. It's a miracle that you all survived. Were you able to save anything?
We saved ourselves, Owyn, the only things of true value that were within the castle. It is regrettable that the girl who was responsible for the blaze was killed, but Ugin and I both escaped it hale and hearty. I ordered only the stones of the foundation left behind and the tunnel mouth sealed. We progress forward with our lives.
Why go to all that trouble?
Ooh, I really would prefer not to speak of this anymore. It brings me great grief, and I would prefer to discuss other matters.
Well, we heard something about a Navon. You have a reputation for disliking Navon Dusando. Anything you would care to share with us?
And what makes you believe I have animosity for Ugin's suitor?
Your petition to Kahuli. You asked for Navon to be, how did you put it, driven mad until he is gray with age?
Who did you pay to get that note? Do you have spies in the temple?
Nothing so insidious as that, Count. It seems the petition collectors from the Temple of Kahuli have been slow to do their duties this year. We found your note and your tithe. If you tell us why you wish him driven mad, I'll let this little matter slip my mind. Otherwise, I think I can take up the matter with Dusando.
Do what you will, senor. He already knows my feelings for him. I simply wish him gone from my family and his meddling in our affairs. Day and night he is at Ugin, asking her questions about the keep and Cavall Run. How extensive were the tunnels that ran under the Great Hall? Have they ever been mapped in any great detail? How much money is in my coffers? What are my schedules? With whom do I meet? His questions are endless. I lost a wife in that infernal keep, and I wish the matter put to rest.
You don't know that in that fire or before that?
I never wish to hear another question again about it. Can you understand that, senor? He brings up memories and feelings I wish to have buried.
Alright, assessment? Weren't you a spotter for the Natalie's Rangers when you were younger? I seem to recall you telling stories when I used to visit at the keep.
That was quite a long time ago indeed, before you or Ogin or even Neville had been born. I still have the eye too. I can tell you precisely how much a man is carrying by the way he walks or how good a swordsman he is by the way he pulls it free of the scabbard.
Sounds like a useful skill. Any chance you could teach us something about it?
Don't be absurd. I spent 5 years training to be a spotter. You expect for me to teach it all to you in one afternoon?
I suppose you're right. I'm already a decent spotter myself. I'll make you a wager, though. You teach us anything I don't already know, and I'll pay you in gold sovereigns.
I'll take your wager, but I'm not one to waste my time. 200 sovereigns or it's no deal. Will you take that wager?
Not at this time. I'm a bold gambler at times, but I don't believe I'm feeling quite that bold.
It's just as well, for it is a bet that you would have lost.
You've been most helpful, Count Corvallis, but it's time we return to our business. Please give my regards to your daughter Ugin.
I shall, senor. Keep traveling, keep an eye on my nephew.
Oh, I shall, believe me. Goodbye. Signs of recent renovations were everywhere in evidence within what had, until recently, been the Lord Mayor's domicile. The ceiling, once a low and heavy affair, had been vaulted in imitation of the great palaces of Krondor and Salador. There was no question the Count was spending a fortune. We will come back in just a moment. So let's see, 67, 39, and 77.
Nephew, senor, Elvin, sir, is there any other way that I may help you?
I'm ready when you are.
Then let us go outside where we'll have more room.
The Count extends his arms. Which hand do I fight with? The Count asked. Owyn squinted, the distance making an accurate evaluation difficult. For several hours, the Count had unabashedly chastised him for his lack of ability at assessing the strength of his enemies. My guess is your right hand.
Good,
the Count said. Why? Your sword is slung over your left hip, Owyn replied flatly. While it was the obvious answer, the Count was unimpressed with his practicality. Noting he was about to be regaled about ignoring subtle clues, he quickly added, and the callus on the pads of your right thumb and the base of your fingers. The Count nodded and dropped his hands to his sides.
I've wasted enough time. You've lost the bet, boy. Let's get back inside.
Party's assessment ability has increased. Alright, 82. It's quite a bit, actually. 54? Yeah, it went up 15. I don't know if it's 10 and then the marking got me 50%, or if it's just a flat 15. And 92. I don't actually know what assessment does. Like, I haven't really seen it do much. But we'll go ahead and rest. And when we come back next time, there was a building to the north that we'll go take a look at. But I'm going to run back and forth and collect the items that we can sell here in Cavall Keep. But that will be it for this time. See you next time, everyone.